Thank you for listening to today's episode. I just wanted to inform all of our viewers and listeners that the channel has a new affiliate code to share. If you're looking for a wig for an upcoming cosplay or to complete your Halloween costume, check out the 5 Wits wigs. You can use the code listed in the description for 10% off your purchase of one of their high-quality wigs. Also, a small reminder, if you're new here, I share all comments from our episode posts with the cast. Whether you're a member over on Patreon or just a casual listener of fine TTRPG broadcasts, we love hearing from each and every one of you, especially your red string theories. Thanks for supporting the show, and I guess let's just get on with the story and catch up with the cast. You ready?
Ready spaghetti.
Are you sure?
Excellent. If you do not know me, hey everybody, I am Sarah Roberts. I use any pronouns, and I will be playing Lucy, who will be playing Kyra, and Lucy is the changeling Magus.
Hi, I'm Jen. I go by she, her. I'll be playing Anthony Silverhorn. He is the cavern elf inventor, and he has a few pals. One of them is his little robot Soon, and one is Julian, his invention.
Hey everybody, I'm RJ. Today I'm playing Titus Valentine, the human ranger.
Hello everyone, my name is Robyn, and today I should be playing Annelisse, the half-elven bard.
And that leaves me. Hi everyone, my name is Sin. I'll be your GM for the day. I go by she, they pronouns, and then every character I go by goes by different pronouns because I am the world. So, after the team have a talk about jumping the gun on Lucy's plans, they come to an understanding to trust her and her skills to get them what they need. Anthony has a heart-to-heart with Lucy after she retreats to her room about what they expect out of each other and the reality of who they are. Meanwhile, Annelisse reveals to Titus that his past is now a famous bard song called The Lover's Massacre, and that his wife is still, in fact, alive and has reopened the LaRue family businesses, much to his surprise. The next morning, the party set out to enact their plan to help Annelisse get her loot back and help some of the townsfolk. Lucy convinces Rasha, our general storekeeper, to set out on a camping trip with her son with the rest of the party, while she stays and deals with Xavier, the one who's been extorting some of these lovely shopkeepers. Titus goes hunting and Annelisse seeks out thieves she fought the night before in hopes of still being able to retrieve her much important loot. So, we start off with Annelisse. You had just gone back to the hideout and sent a message to the guard that you had fought the night before. Both of you intend on killing the other in that moment, but you were able to get them to come out and meet you by the tree line. And you have a bit of a back and forth about your names, and she seems very interested as to why you would come back here where you were almost murdered the night before. But instead of answering, you invite her to take a walk. So she is walking with you, a cup of half-drank coffee in her hand. She's still kitted out with her mismatched armor, a few cuts and bruises from the night before from the fight that you both had. But she walks silently next to you in the autumn-colored trees. So, Are you planning on, like, killing me while I'm out here with you and, like, burying my body? Or...
I mean, like, I was certainly not planning on killing you. I mean, does anyone really plan to go out and kill someone? And also, if I was going to plan to kill you, I'd probably, you know, have some weapons on me. Maybe have your weapons removed, or like an ambush. Oh, like an ambush would be a good idea. Like, I could have, like, lots of friends in all these trees just now. And they
the
could,
friends
like, drop
that you
down.
don't know where they are currently.
Yes, the friends that I do not know where they are currently, of course.
Of course. And she winks at you. Very overly exaggerated wink.
I have no intention of killing you or harming you in any way.
I apologize for the accusations. I'm very confused.
Well, what is there to be confused about? You know, I'm just been out here for a while, walking on strange lands. There's been a lot of horrible things happening, and then I met you. You seemed rather interesting. I mean, I know that at the time I met you, I might have had a blade or two to your throat, but, you know, I restrained myself. I could do that, you know.
All right.
Just thought you seemed interesting. Interesting enough to get to know.
All right. So what would you like to know?
I would like to know how you ended up working for someone who spends the time stealing things. Seems a bit below your skill level, no?
I mean, how most people end up, a lot of shitty things happen in their lives, and, well, you end up working for someone who's not so good. It pays well. And it keeps food on my table and money to send back to people who need it.
That is a very good answer, I guess. I get it. I've had my fair share of shitty bosses that I have had to go work for. And it is true, these things happen, but, you know, there is always a way out of them.
For some people, sure. This isn't the type of job that you go with and just leave willingly.
What if enough of you wish to leave? Is it not then something you could do?
Sure, but not everyone wants to leave. Like I said, as bad as people seem to think Xavier is, he pays us well. He gives us a room to stay in, a warm room, a roof over our heads, food on the table. It's not a bad job, especially nowadays.
Tell me then, V. If Xavier, this person who's not all bad, was to know that you were out here with me, talking and walking and, you know, being social, would he be happy with that, or would you have consequences for that?
It would definitely have consequences. But then again, are you gonna go run off and tell him?
Of course not. Why would
I don't think
that?
Well, I don't think you'd have much chance. I think if he saw you, he'd kind of strike you where you stand. And like I said, not that I do not believe in your martial prowess. You have shown that the night before, but he has his tricks up his sleeve.
So V, I want to know some more about you.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite animal?
My favorite animal? Well, do I have a favorite? I'm not sure. I like birds. They're pretty cool.
Birds are pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of owls out here. They're pretty cool. You know, they can rotate their head like almost 180.
That's rather impressive. Like,
Yeah.
if you had that skill, if you could rotate your head 180, what would you use that for?
I would creep the shit out of people.
To creep them out? Yes.
Yeah. I mean, if you saw someone that was looking at you with their head just turned.
That would be pretty creepy. Like would you walk backwards towards them?
Oh,
or
for sure, yeah. Yeah.
No, I like that. That is pretty good.
What about... But I would like to get to know you more.
Oh, you can ask me anything you wish.
what is it that you want to get out of this talk?
What do I want to get out of this talk? What do you think I want to get out of this talk?
Ooh, I've met better deflectors in my time. You're gonna have to try a little harder than that. I think you want something from me, or from my boss, or from our house. As
So
pretty
that is
as
what
you
you
are,
think.
I don't think you're stupid, and only a stupid person would come out just to talk.
Who knows? Maybe I do just want to talk. Let's say let's go with your plan, your idea.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I wanted something from your house.
Uh-huh.
How do you think I would go about getting something like that?
Hmm. Well, if we are just speaking hypothetically, of course.
Of course, hypothetical.
I think that you would probably try to get someone else to get it for you. Maybe sweet talk, or try to sweet talk someone that works in their lips there, and try to get what you need back. Definitely not go in yourself, because, not to be rude or anything, but you look like you hurt a little bit from last night, and there's definitely more than just me in there.
So that brings me to my next question.
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty spot on.
Mm.
Who in there do you think is stupid enough to get something for me?
I think you think it might be me.
You?
Yeah.
Not someone like you. Why would I take out the person I want to go and get the thing for me? That person's already willing to walk away. No. I need someone in there.
Mm.
Are you not going to ask me what I want?
What do you want, Annelisse? And she's gonna take a step close. Why come back?
Because of two reasons.
Hmm.
Reason one, your boss took something from me. Something that means a lot to me. It's probably not worth a lot of coin, but, sentimental value.
Mm-hmm.
Another reason, she's gonna take her fingers and she's just gonna move the hair away from the side of her face and just gently tuck it behind her ear. I forget the other reason, but I'm sure it'll come to me.
I suppose you could do diplomacy, or you could do performance.
Let's go have a look at those skills and make a decision. Diplomacy is +9, performance +9. Let's go diplomacy. Do I want to re-roll that? If I re-roll that with a hero point, do I have to take the second option?
You do.
Oh, is that worth the risk? Is 16 high enough? No, let's leave it at that.
What is your proficiency on diplomacy? Are you untrained, trained, or X? Does it?
Trained.
Okay. There is a look in her eyes. I've been played by prettier faces than you. Let's play along. What is it that you want, Annelisse? And there is a tilt of your chin to look up at her.
The chance to show you just how skilled I am with my hands. My lute. I want my lute back.
So you've risked your life to come back here in hopes of playing me to get your loot back.
It's a very nice lute.
It is, isn't it? I think I've seen one come in.
How about this?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make you a deal.
Make me a deal.
You get me my loot. You come back here. And I'll play for you. Anything you like. And if you're not impressed by my talent, then you can keep the loot. But if you are impressed with my talent, you give me the loot and Come out for a drink with me. How was that for a proposition?
Vince, do you think that you're worth me risking my life and my job?
Oh, sweetie, I don't think. I know I am. And very soon, you will be very convinced.
How about I make you a counter offer?
Oh, I do love counter offers.
Mine are pretty good. How about to balance the scales here of what's fair and isn't fair? I can get you into that house unseen. Problem is, I can't get into where your lute is. But if you're as skilled as you say you are with your fingers, I'm sure you'll have no problem. I get you in, you get your things. We'll meet up for a drink, you play me a song, drinks on me.
She takes her hand, like her backs of her fingertips, and she's just going to, stroke it down her cheek, lean down, and reach out to shake her hand.
She will take your hand to shake and then twist it and kiss the back of it. It's a deal. Come back tonight. He'll be out. If you get caught, that's on you. I fulfilled my part of the promise.
Of course.
If you get caught, I will deny everything.
Of course.
If you succeed and make it out alive, then we'll see where the night takes us.
I know exactly where the night's taken us.
She is going to get about an inch away from your face. With her hand under your chin, she will twist it slightly, gently to the side, and she will press a kiss on your cheek. You're lucky you're so pretty.
I thought I was supposed to be convincing you.
You underestimate me then.
Right. I will see you tonight. Want me to walk you back, or you think you're going to be okay?
Oh, I think I'll be just fine. Don't worry about it. You worry about your pretty little self.
She'll smile, nod her head, and just wait for her to walk away.
She'll leave with a wink and turn her back and walk away.
Annelise's going to head back to the tree that her and Silas are going to meet at. Titus.
So, as you head back to the tree, you wait for about, I would say, an hour, as Titus has been out hunting. But eventually he does come back with a big boar over his shoulder. And Titus, you see Annelisse, her hair matching the trees around her.
Finished with your date already?
Oh, it was not a date. It is, the prelude to a date.
Pre-gaming, nice. Yes.
Looks like hunting went well with you.
Yes, actually, this one didn't put too much of a fight. Hopefully tonight, during your actual date, they don't either? Question mark?
She kind of looks around a little bit confused.
I assumed after what you said about the pre-date thing.
Yes, well, perhaps. I might need somebody to help me out with a little something that I said I could do, and I don't really know if I can, but...
Well, I really hope you find someone who can help you out with that.
Yes. I need someone who can... Is Kyra good at, breaking into things?
She does have a track record for a bit of skullduggery, yes.
Do you think she'd teach me?
She could teach you, but she'd have to charge.
That is only fair.
What exactly are you going to be up to?
Nothing too serious. I went to meet up with one of the guards that we were fighting yesterday, and she was quite intense. But anyway, she's going to get me back into the really dangerous man's house, and I just need to break into a room, get my loot, come back, meet her at the pub later. It'll be fine.
Slow blinks to Annelisse. You know we got our asses handed to us in said house, correct?
I don't think I'll be fine. See, I will not make the mistake that the guy made. I will not taking any of you.
Holy shit! The board drops off of Titus's back. He doubles over, wheezing with laughter. Oh my god! Oh my lord! I've hardly known you a 10-day, and you are already depositing the sickest of burns upon me. Oh.
Don't take Kyra, because she'll kill me.
Oh, she will.
She will. It's just gonna make it long and painful.
What are you going to offer me that I will hold my silence to this?
The promise that I will make you laugh like that again at some point.
I will take it. Oh, I dropped my ball.
Sorry, I've got this horrible feeling when somebody's death staring you. I feel like it's happening now.
It's like someone's death staring you from across the street from the second story of a building as you're passing by your favorite bakery.
It's really intense.
Kyra, as you're in the shop, you just sneeze for a second.
My ears just get really, really hot.
Yeah. So, after your conversation, you make your way back to the roadside inns. Anthony, you are there still. Rasha is still feeding the little one. Seems they're still waking up. You're able to take some time to fix the potions that you had left Darla in charge of that boiled over. She's like, listen, that's not my job, kid, So you're able to take the time. And eventually, you see Annelisse and Titus come back in with his prize on his back. Kyra, you can see this through the window of the shop. You've gotten maybe 1 or 2 customers in the last 2 hours. But with the help that Rasha has given you, the ledger and everything, you're able to do pretty well. Make me a performance check, please, Kyra. For your new part as the shopkeeper.
A performance check to stand there behind a counter.
Customer service face all the way through.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
just temp help. It's fine.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. But as you sit there and keep your eyes out on the street, your friends go into the tavern. You do eventually, after about 20 or 30 minutes, see a figure, familiar. And you see the face of Xavier as he's passing through the main thoroughfare. And eventually you hear the bell ding of the door as it opens. And you see his very handsome face walk in. And it's just a look directly at you.
She's not just standing there waiting when he comes in. She has a book in one hand and she's doing the kind of just bonkers stretching that dancers can do. She's got a foot up on the corner of the wall and she's just sitting there reading as she stretches. She can still keep track of who's coming in and out, but
Well, you're not my usual shopkeep.
Oh, Xavier, hi.
Hi.
No. The woman who owns the shop is looking for someone to watch it for a little while for her. Can I help you with anything?
I wish you could, but I was hoping to speak to Rasha.
Oh. If I ask you a question, would you promise not to get mad at me?
Depends on what the question is. I mean, I like you enough.
Foot comes down from where she's stretching. Well, she left someone here and she didn't give me a name, but she said that a cranky man in intimidating armor would be coming in, and I'm guessing that if you're looking for her, that might be you.
I've been described as worse.
Oh, well, I guess she was feeling charitable. Here, she left something for you. Where did I put it? And she will rummage around back behind the counter for a minute and then produce a small package with like the note shoved under it in twine. Here. I don't think I need to get the signature for it, but
He will take it, undoes the letter, and reads it through. Puts it in his pocket, looks at the little satchel of coins, and you see him quickly count them, puts it in his pocket. So you're gonna be our new shopkeep for today? For the next few days?
I think so. But if I do a good job, she said that she would let me take whatever supplies I need for the next part of my trip, which would save me a lot of money.
Here I was lamenting that last night was the one and only night I would see your pretty face.
You did send up a very nice breakfast. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed it.
I did. Are you sure there's nothing else that I can help you find?
Well, he could help me find myself not alone tonight at the bar.
Sure. I could definitely come by. I was thinking about going into the woods to find some berries to bake a pie, but I could do that tomorrow night.
Oh, you bake?
No, but I found a recipe upstairs and, well, there's not much to do around here, so I was just planning on entertaining myself. And, if I make a mess, it's not my house, so.
That is true. Well, would you prefer to drink or to bake?
We could do both.
We could do both.
Are you a good baker?
I'm not horrible. But I'm good with my hands.
All right. Drinking and baking it is then.
Drinking and baking this. I know the shop usually closes at around 9-10 o'clock. I'll be here.
All right. I'll be waiting.
It's a date.
She'll smile at him and nod.
She'll smile and gives a slow nod. You can see his eyes looking you over for a moment. See you tonight. And he says as he walks out. You seem to tell that as he walks out, he doesn't head back the same way he came. Which is, if you're looking at the map, which should be south. He goes north for a moment, and his eyes go over the burned down building that's right next to the shop. And you can see him taking some notes before then turning back and going down south.
Once he is fully out of town, let me see what spells I still have left. I do still have it. Okay, Lucy's going to write a note. Am I within 120 feet of where the inn is?
Yeah.
Okay, so it would still reach Anthony?
Yeah.
She's going to cast Thoughtful Gift, and she will send a note, because she's assuming that Anthony at least is still there, detailing that he was just in, what she plans to do with him tonight, and what he did after he left this building.
Okay. I would say that it is, I think you get this note a little bit later. But you do see and Annelisse and Titus come back into the shop. You both see Rasha there. Anthony behind the counter, I'll put you here. While Darla is still grumbling at him to make sure not to set anything on fire. Please make sure that it does not boil over again. I do not want to clean sticky stuff out of my...
It's like soup, Darla. It's exactly like soup.
I am already giving you my station to work at. I do not need you to try and teach me things I do not care to learn.
Soup doesn't burn if you just stir it.
You know what does burn? You if I set you on fire if you keep annoying me.
Well, anything burns if it gets hot enough. But
Exactly.
I see your point.
Yes. Now finish your potion and get out from behind the counter, please.
Kind of reaches over slowly, just plucks each one individually, keeping eye contact with her.
And she's just keeping eye contact with you. And as she hears people walk in, still staring at Anthony, he's like, "Welcome in, what can I get you?"
I've come to sell, actually, Miss Darla.
Ah,
Is it for soup? Because Darla can't make soup, as he
I'm not the
puts
cook
everything
here.
away.
I will throw your little friend out if he keeps talking like this.
Oh, please do.
Oh, hello. As he packs everything away. I'm ready.
One boar for your, preparation pleasures? I don't really know. I could butcher this for you if you wish.
It's okay. Nisa in the kitchen's got it. But you can go ahead and set it in the kitchen. Just knock. Don't get the door swings both ways. You don't want to get hit in the face with it.
So do I.
I like you, Red.
Oh, speaking of Red, you wouldn't happen to carry a stock of hair dyes, would you? Or would that
No,
be
but
the general store?
the general store should have one. As I sell a variety of things, usually bar stuff though. This is, in fact, the tavern area of the inn.
Nah, I could do with some ink or whatever. Oh, I'll go to the general store. He'll head to the kitchen and knock with his foot.
You
And
knock.
Yell, corner, and open the door.
Yeah. You open the door and you see this small gnomish person who's got a very intense look on their face as you see them chopping very precisely some vegetables and other prep stuff for the day ahead, as it is still early-ish in the morning. But they look to you as they're still chopping down an onion. It's like, who are you? What are you doing here?
I've come to deposit a boar.
She gives you a look up and down, and it's not disgust, but it is like, what the fuck? Put it down on the butchering table. How much?
Plop. I was actually going to go talk with your boss for that.
Okay, go talk. Get out of my kitchen.
All right, yes, chef. Hustle, 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 hustle.
You just hear more chopping. It's like Darla comes, looks at you, like, hey, you survived.
They're intense.
Yeah, they're small, but they're full of like just a lot of anger.
I think my theory is the smaller the creature, the more fury they house, because they have less of a tolerance cap.
Soon as an epitome of rage.
Okay. How much did you want for the board?
I don't know. Don't ask me these questions, Satan.
I can give you a good you see her kind of looking at the door to the kitchen, remembering the state of the boar. Good 10 gold. It's pretty sizable boar. It'll feed a lot of people tonight.
I've also bled it dry for you, so there's less prep work. 10 gold sounds fine.
Okay. She takes out a sack of coins, which is the same sack of coins that Anthony just gave her a little bit ago for the recipe.
When you commission your friends, you pass the same
Yeah.
$20 bill around.
Yeah. She'll take it and then just kind of throw it at you.
Hey, that's my bag.
That's mine now.
Wow.
Anything else you'll need here? Drinks, some more food, another night in.
Do you have any like little pretzels, dried pretzels, like snack pretzels?
No.
Carrots?
Yeah, but not for you.
But they're not for me. I can. He kind of gestures over to the child. They're for him.
If you want more of snack-like stuff, I have rations, but that's about it.
When did you get a babe?
You left me alone. You know the rules.
You just see Rasha with Tabs sitting. He's finishing up a little stack of pancakes.
Well, we've got time before we have to meet up with our associates, so I guess Titus will put down for another. We're gonna stay like another night here, right?
We're going out camping.
We're going out camping. Okay.
I'd like a room to come back to.
Yeah, that's no
Same.
problem.
All right. I'm missing something, but all right.
No, you're not.
I feel like I am, but all right. I still need carrots.
We can walk the market and see if anyone has carrots for sale.
There's 3 buildings, and this is one of them.
Isn't there like a row of stalls for merchants set up?
There is a little up ahead that you saw in the morning. Is what kind of sent you back here.
Yeah, because what's it? They sell like their excess goods here on the trade road.
Yeah.
We're heading north, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yes, up to the mountain.
Towards the mountain, the tree line.
Well, it's close enough.
But speak to Rasha. She probably has something in stock in her general store. She probably has food in stock for the little guy. You can get your hair dye.
I will meet you on the road, I think, as he kind of waves a note before he kind of tucks it away into his breast pocket. I think it's best if the 3 of us get on ahead.
Well, it would be 2 of us. One of us has plans tonight. The other also has plans tonight.
He points. He points to Rasha and her child. The 3 of us. I mean, Titus, you can.
Oh.
Meet us up the road.
I see. You found a new family.
So you do not need us.
I did not. I need all of you. I'm just moving the.
You're moving along. I get it, old man.
Do you know what, Titus? I need you, even if he doesn't.
I need you too, Annelisse.
Well, that's fine then.
He'll link arms with Annelisse and storm off.
And then he kind of just leans forward. You know, I wish they just go back to me wanting to find a body.
As that happens, Rasha walks up with little Tabs. Says, "No offense, but you're not really my type."
No offense, I'm married. And you're not.
Lucky for you.
You're not beefy enough for me, I'm sorry.
I do not care.
The last woman I dated tried to kill me, so it's kind of turned me
You
off.
give up a lot of information quickly, don't you?
No, I just wanted to rationalize why I'm not attracted to you. It's kind of a nervous tick of mine.
I mean, you don't have to rationalize it.
I feel like I do sometimes.
I mean, you like what you like, and that's it.
Thank you. That's the most accepting I've had of this conversation. Anyways, shall we get on the road?
Maybe you do need a new family, damn.
Sometimes. I wouldn't dream of it.
Do you need anything? from like my store. I'm packed. I have everything for me in the little
Oh,
bag.
I'm packed. I have my potions. I have my bags. I'm ready. Let's
All let's go.
go.
You can start heading north with Rasha, and she kind of, you see Tavs kind of like crawl back into like the little like the jacket that she has with the big hood, and it's just kind of like sitting there. I don't know if you guys ever seen how Inuit people carry their children in like the back of like a big jacket, and their head kind of pops out of the big hood. It's kind of like that. But you can start heading north. With Rasha. And where are Titus and Annelisse heading to?
Oh, was there a note that was supposed to be given to Titus and...
There was a note that Anthony got.
Anthony got it, but he didn't share it.
Okay, but he did get it because it wasn't
Yes.
said when he got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, Titus was just doing that to be dramatic.
I know.
He doesn't really know where he's going, both in life and right now.
Well, you have an Anthony with a tiefling woman and a child heading up north, and you're in front of the general shop.
Well, what time is it just now?
Right now, it is about to be midday.
Titus will peek in the window really quick.
You see Lucy, aka Kira, stretching her legs, reading.
No one else? Xander already left?
Yeah, Xavier just already left. Yeah, while you guys were
good.
talking.
I didn't want to blow Kira's cover by going like, "Hey, do you have head?" Oh, Kyra, sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, she's probably just sitting on the counter with the same book in her hand.
Door opens. Excuse me, miss. I was wondering if you had hair dye in stock.
You're the only one in here.
Ah, good. No, seriously though, do you have hair dye in stock?
Yeah, she has them over here. Come here. And Lucy will use her knowledge as a former hairdresser with color theory and give Titus everything that he needs to make his red hair darker.
Yeah, it was one of her jobs back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Guess what? It's going to be a 3-step dye process.
Oh, come on. This is going to take all night.
You're going to have to do it this way. Otherwise, you're just going to turn a really dark shade of orange, and it's not going to be that far off from what you currently are. You see, hair doesn't necessarily go directly to the darker pigment. There are several steps in between that you have to work up towards.
Oh, yeah.
Same with when you're going lighter. Otherwise, you just turn into a carrot.
Now there's a thought.
Mm-hmm.
Carrot.
Technically, everyone's a redhead. It just depends on what stage your hair is in. It's actually quite interesting. That's why some blondes turn brassy.
No?
Anyways.
That comment from us? Anything happened over here while we were away?
Oh, did you see Anthony? I sent him a note.
Oh, yes, we did. He's taking the mother and child up north.
Did he tell you what happened?
No. Something happened?
She huffs and rolls her eyes, and she will recount everything that was in the note that she sent Anthony about Xavier coming here, their plans tonight, and his behavior after he left the store. I don't know what his obsession is with that other location. Has anyone at the tavern mentioned anything about it?
Yep, haven't heard hide or hair about it. I could scout it out tonight.
Well, I mean, there's not much other than a skeleton of a shop to look at.
Well, if you do so feel inclined to join me, you are invited cordially.
I can't be seen with you around town.
Where's this location again? Sorry.
It's like right next door. It's the bakery
the bakery.
burnt down allegedly because of him.
There might be something under the floorboards that he can't get to.
I don't know, maybe. He took notes on it, so I don't exactly know what that means. Who takes note on a burnt out building?
Someone very, very meticulous.
Wouldn't he already have that information if he's the one who burnt it down?
No, there could also be things like missing stock from said building, how many bodies were inside versus actual occupancy. The list goes on.
Right, but if it's been burnt down for a while, why is he looking at it and taking notes now?
Maybe
Especially if he's the one who did it.
Maybe he missed something the first time around. But, again, I can scope the place out tonight when it's darker.
Is the bakery attached to the shop that we're currently in, or is it like further down the street?
It looks like there's an alley between the two.
Yeah, there's a small alley between the two.
And how much of the building next to the general store of the old burnt out building, how much of that is still remaining? Is there like a full wall still there, or is it like just a few feet?
You see that it is about... You see some burnt out wood piles around the side. So you can assume that there was a staircase to a second floor, but there's no second floor. You see part of the walls of the first floor. It's not complete rubble, but it's about half burned down.
If Lucy were to look at it, would there be enough of that second floor left for someone to go up and stand on?
Make a perception check.
I remember where everything is on this sheet.
I don't.
Just being sarcastic. 15?
15. Okay, through the windows, you're able to see that there are some precarious wooden beams that would have supported the second floor, and some parts of that floor that was resting on them. But not like enough to like the second floor is gone. Some of the floor and beams are still standing underneath it, but
okay. Well,
you could get up there, but doesn't seem safe.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe he's planning something for this shop. Maybe something's hidden here, or something that he wants is up here.
Well, try your best to weasel your way to him disclosing that then, if you're inclined.
I'll try. We won't be in the shop tonight, but if you can stake it out and maybe take a look at what you could see from the burnt-out structure, might give us some clues.
Yeah. I've got nothing to do tonight. Everyone has dates.
Oh, who else had a date? Don't tell me it's Anthony. He's not trying to do that weird noble shit that he did before, is he?
Titus just side-eyes Annelisse and then kind of scoots to the side.
Did Annelisse come in with you?
I thought so.
Would Annelisse have come in with you? She was with you, but I think she probably would have, like, she wants to speak to Kyra. Doesn't want to put a target on Kyra's back by where it's all coming. So she probably would have like walked through the storefront with you and then gone for a wander around the 3 buildings.
It's a really long walk. She's done it like 5 times already.
You've seen her walking past a few times, like gauging to be like, no, maybe.
I feel like she's out there doing like the walk that like ladies do in the mall when they're like trying to get their exercise
The
in.
power walk.
Strolling, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just exercising. Don't worry about it.
Annelisse will be in shortly. She didn't want us to be seen together entering the store.
All right, well, thank you for thinking of me, I guess.
It's the least we can do after last night's debacle.
I'd say so. Are you stopping back at the tavern?
If you want me to.
Could you pick out a very nice bottle of wine or 2 and have them drop off here? And maybe arrange for a dinner to be picked up around 9, something that I can carry with me for a picnic.
I did see them have... do you know if your accompaniment is a red or white? He's probably red.
Are you talking about wines?
Yeah.
What did he eat and drink when he had dinner with Kyra the night previously?
Night previously, I think it was a red wine, but you had taken a good brandy when you had originally gone to the hideout as like Because Darla told you that he really likes brandy.
Right, he took that from me though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Kyra will relay that as well, that he liked the brandy.
Brandy, got it. I'll go take a look at the stock.
Thank you. Make it extra romantic, but not too romantic. You know what I mean. I'm going to keep him out of here for as long as possible, so if his people come around, he won't be around.
Fine, I will try and find the most romantic alcohol I can find.
Thank you. You're the best wingman a girl could ask for.
Don't mention it. No, seriously, don't. He might actually get suspicious. And Titus will tuck his dies under his arm. Could I use your back door?
Yeah. Why?
I don't want to be seen leaving, in case they've got staking the place out by now. Or should I leave through the front?
Go through the front door.
I could go through the window. And Titus will turn on his heel and start walking towards the front door.
Annelisse,
as he opens the door, an angry Kyra voice comes out behind him. And do not come back here, you scum of a man!
Titus will just pull on his cloak in a huff and just walk towards the inn.
We're still angry at each other. I gotta do it.
You hear and see this as you're taking your about 6 turnaround of these small 3 buildings that are in here. Just power walking.
Yeah. When she sees Titus leaving, she'll head inside. Hello, storekeep. I am looking for something that you might sell.
Oh, how can I help you? Oh, it's you. What do you need?
Well, what I really need is...
No, I will not do that for you.
Do what?
Lucy just continues staring at her.
Nothing weird. I just wanted your expertise, I are just really good at certain things. At, getting places that other people may struggle to find.
What exactly is it you need? Because this could be going either way with you.
Oh, I want to break into somewhere.
Okay. And
I'm quite good. I'm quite good at a few of these things. I'm quite good at thievery, shall we say, but I lack the tools to get into certain places, and perhaps, you might have some in here and might have a spare moment to show me how to use them.
Well, you already have my lockpicks with all of the other things that you've been holding for me, so.
I do.
Yeah. She left all of her stuff with you the first time before the debacle.
Did you leave your dog with me?
No, he's over there.
Okay.
He's just asleep on the floor, just belly out. Yeah.
It's really good to hear.
Okay, so what are you trying to get into?
A door.
Well, did you try the knob?
No, like a door into a room.
Right. That's usually where doors lead to.
But the knob. Oh, like the handle. No. I've been told it's locked.
So you're asking if I will teach you how to pick a lock?
Yes.
When you're not supposed to be seen with me?
Yes.
In the middle of the day?
Yes.
Lucy just takes a deep breath and turns around. Do you know what kind of lock it is?
No. You might, though. Because you might have seen the lock.
Do you remember which door it was in the house?
I didn't even tell you it was the house.
That's where I'm assuming that you're going.
You're in there. That's really cool. That's one of the many things I admire.
Annelisse,
about
focus,
you.
please. I don't have much time. If someone comes in here, I have to yell at you and then kick you out.
You do that anyway. What's the so the lock is the one where all the treasure is. It would have been the room, like, you know, where we were all standing while you were doing, I don't know what you were doing, but we were all like standing there in a row. There was like a room and there was a door and there was stuff in there. That was that room.
How many doors were there attached to that first room?
There were...
I think there were 2 or 3.
There were
right?
3, I believe.
Can I do a history roll or something to see if
Yes.
I remember which one it was? What do we have here? What are my...
Let me look at your...
History is not a thing.
No, it's going to be... we can do... Lore?
Okay. That's just going to be a straight D20 for me.
And if I like really describe this well to you, like it was like this specific door and this is what I remember.
Did you ask by what the door it was?
No.
Did we lose our little option to just click a die?
We might have.
Hang on, I got it. It's a good thing that I've recently gone to some conventions and I've come home with plenty of polyhedral die.
Huh.
And stickers. So that's a 15.
Okay. With a 15, I would say you remember that there are 3 doors attached to that main room. One that led to this middle room that had a fireplace and a staircase upwards that you took. From there was another door that led to a side room. You know that there was a door that led to some bedrooms, and you're not sure where the third door led. But Annelisse, you did see this because this is where Vi was. You know it leads to a eating area.
Yes.
So I will compare notes with Annelisse. Do I remember what the locks looked like on the doors?
Will be a thievery. I know it's not like a history check, but I think it tracks with. You have a hero
does
point.
Does it? I think it's funnier if I don't know. I want to save that hero point for later. So that is a 2 on the die plus an 8 or a 10.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah. I'm assuming you're trained in thievery, or are you untrained?
Yes, I am trained.
Okay. Okay. You know, there were doors with locks. You know, they had keyholes. You're not sure what kind of locks they were.
I have no idea what kind of locks they have on the door. They could look very similar, but be completely different from one another. Or they could have multiple on one door. Have you ever picked a lock before?
Yes.
How'd it go?
Unsuccessfully.
Well, I wish you luck tonight.
Thank you. But just to check, so I can take your tools with me?
You already have my tools. If you're asking for permission to use them, if you break them, you buy me new ones.
Okay, sure. How much is thievery tools? Like not much, no?
I don't know, but that they, in a country that's currently at war, I imagine that they're a little bit difficult to come by.
Probably. Okay, I will not break them, okay? Like, they're probably quite sturdy, no? Like I'd have to, really, really muck up to break them.
There's just a slow blink and a head nod from Lucy.
Okay. So, I will do that tonight. It should be fine. It should be okay. It should be good. You tonight, I was told that Xavier was person not going to be at the house tonight. Is he seeing you?
He wasn't planning on being at the house?
No. Well, the guy that I spoke to, she said he would be out tonight.
We did make plans to see each other, yes, but he didn't know that I was here.
Oh, that is interesting, because
Relays again all of the information that was in the note that was sent to Anthony that she just relayed to Titus.
Oh yes, of course.
So Titus is going to look into why he's taking notes on the other building, but...
Okay, so you'll be with them tonight. I will be in the house. Is there anything else we need to get out of that house?
Information on what actually happened at the bakery?
Okay. If it all goes to plan, the god, I will be taking her. I will be seeing her later in the night. We're going to go have a drink, relax. I will try to find out from her what happened at the bakery.
All right, well, I'll be berry picking in the woods and then baking a pie back here, apparently.
Is that a euphemism for something?
No, I'm really going to try and bake a pie.
Do you even know how to do that?
No, there's a recipe upstairs.
Yes, but have you ever followed a recipe in your life?
Yes. I set the trash can on fire and got kicked out of the kitchens.
I don't know that recipe, but good luck.
Peanut's also banned from the kitchens at court, too. But that's because he steals the peanut butter.
Is that where his name came from?
No. I was just hungry.
You were hungry, so you named your dog after the food you wanted to eat?
We were at the fair. In the Feywild, actually. They were selling roasted peanuts, but I don't want to roast him.
Okay, Lucy, I have so many questions for you, and I want us to sit down and go through all of these when we're not in mortal danger, although I don't think that's ever going to happen, but I will ask you all of those, but I'll get myself out of here now before somebody sees us together.
All right, do you need anything before you go?
I don't think so. I got your thievery tools. I will practice with them a little bit on some of the doors around, see if I can maybe improve my skill, and it'll be fine.
Okay, well, you're buying this anyways. Give me 5 gold.
Okay, what am I buying?
She will just pick something randomly up off the shelf without looking and put it in Annelise's hands.
You didn't charge Titus for his dye, so you could probably charge Annelisse for that.
I don't need hair dye, and I like having red hair. This is the opposite of red. This is going to counteract it. Why are you giving this to me?
Give it to Titus later. And also, I need to make more sales. It's been a slow day.
There you go. I will go give this to Titus.
Thank you. Now I'm going to yell at you as you leave.
I love it when you yell at me.
Get
Go
out.
for it. Put some real passion behind it this time. Open door.
Enjoy your box dye. We all knew it wasn't natural.
So as you leave, Anthony, you are traveling up north with Rasha. Paths. She doesn't do anything to kind of make conversation. You can tell she's kind of in her head a little bit about everything that's going on. But you do pass by. It's just about a mile up the road. The small market that was set up from people that work here that have overstock and stuff like that. Is there anything specific that you'd like to get there?
Mostly like kid snacks, like something that he could just like hand the kid, like, you know, when the parent hands a fry to the back of the car and the little hand grabs it, something like that.
You can get some fresh cut fruit and veggies should you wish. There's also just food that you can order there, kind of like a side road restaurant. Do you continue, or do you stop there for a while, or do you continue right after you buy stuff?
Once I buy everything, I get a sun hat just because my ears are starting to burn, and I get a sun hat, some snacks, and then continue on.
Yeah, there is someone that can that's making knickknacks. They sell odds and ends. They actually work for Rasha, and they kind of strike up a conversation like boss and stuff like that. But they do have a hat that you can get. They have a few, one that are bigger than others floppier than others, different colors. There's a nice blue one that kind of goes with your new skin tone that you can get should you wish.
I think he gets a sun hat that's blue, and then he gets a checkered one that's like black and red, and kind of compares them. gets them both.
You can. Rasha says that you can have those for free.
Amazing. Puts the blue one on and tucks the checkered one away.
Think of it as small things, as helping us.
I mean, sure. I'm still trying to do the right thing. It's just, yeah, don't think too much on it. It's fine.
Is it the right thing? I mean, I technically stole from you guys, and that's why you're here.
When forced into a situation where you have to do bad things for the right reason, it is easy to forgive and overlook.
I suppose that's the one way to look at it.
I'm not really one to judge on doing bad things for the right reason.
I think the world itself has I think a lot of people think good and bad are very black and white, and that's, good people do good things and bad people do bad things. But, good people can do bad things and bad people can do good things. It's a much more complicated world out there.
Oh, yes, I'm quite aware. I did a lot of bad things in the name of good.
Sometimes we think we're doing the right thing, but we've been tricked.
Lied to, schemed against.
Sure, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we heading?
Oh, well, when I was traveling this way, I remember he kind of points towards a northern path that kind of sits along the tree line. Kind of sits back there. I think there was, looks like there could be a hollow out that way. We could stay there and...
Sure. Roll me survival.
It is an 18.
Okay. With an 18, how far do you want to go?
I think he'll travel about 2 more hours, so they're kind of out of sight of the market, but far enough or close enough that they could backtrack if they need to, but he'll kind of veer himself towards the tree line, and once he kind of gets to the tree line, he'll go about 100 feet in till he finds like a small clearing where he can set up camp.
With an 18, as you go up the road, and you kind of start veering off into the tree lines, you also do notice that there seems to be about 3 matching caravans that come down the road. They seem to be working caravans, nothing fancy. But you notice the sound of them as you kind of go back into the tree line. And with an 18, it's not hard. You travel about an hour and a half in, and you're able to find a small clearing that has this small babbling brook that kind of runs next to it. So you have some fresh water source. And it's about 3-ish o'clock, going to the late afternoon. And as you settle there, you see Rasha kind of take Tavs out, kind of lets him stretch his legs. They have a talk about, do you want to help Mom set up camp, and we can set up a tent, and kind of like keeping him entertained. And it reminds you of, a nice scene between parent and father. It reminds you of your husband and their child, now grown up. And the various other families that you've gotten to know, not only in the court, but back when you lived in Moonberry. There's a bit of a bittersweetness in there, and you kind of feel the warmth in your chest again, but it's not a comforting warmth this time. It's a heat that makes you a bit uncomfortable.
I think when he has that sensation, he'll stand to say, I'm just going to see if there's berries so we can add to the soup. As he kind of wanders away and presses a hand to his chest, and then kind of, once he assumes he's alone, he'll says, we don't touch that button.
Takes a while, and you hear the babbling brook. and the sound of the leaves rustling in the wind and the birds chirping, and it kind of starts fading out. Are we talking right now?
Well, addressing you and saying don't touch that button would be talking, yes.
What button are you talking?
If you're going to play coy or 100 questions, might as well just cut to the chase. I lack the patience.
You've never been a patient man, have you? Not when it comes to more serious matters.
No, I've not been overly patient.
Maybe that's something we wanted to work on.
Perhaps. But not now, not them.
The world kind of fades out, and you see a figure standing in front of you, as if the lights have been dimmed in the world, and the rest has kind of blurred out. You see this figure, shadowy, familiar, but the silhouette changes. You see Banor, or an image of him, in his more of his elven features, his elven disguise, dark skin, dark brown hair, well kept, nice fancy travel clothes. Do you prefer we talk about this?
I don't think there's much to talk about.
You don't want to talk about your dear darling husband.
He's across the sea and nothing I can do about it.
Is he? What do you know about where he is right now? What do you know about how he is right now?
What do you know?
Bits and pieces. It could help you get there quicker, if you'd like. And you feel the same warmth in your chest. And in this dim world that you're setting in, you see that kind of greenish glow. The more you give, the more I give you. It's a simple deal.
What is the price of getting there quicker? Home. To the court.
Well, I can give you certain skills, I suppose. That'll make travel quicker, easier. You have to do a few favors for me.
Do I get to know these favors?
When I ask for them, you will.
If I'm making a devil's bargain, I want to know the favors before they're sprung on me.
Devils. I don't deal with devils. It's a simple offer. You become more powerful, more efficient. Just have to do a few favors for me. Retrieve some things for me. Talk to some people for me. Hunt some things. In return, you will gain skills beyond the ones that you have now. I just need you to do what you're best at.
And what am I best at?
Destruction.
I think he kind of reaches into his breast pocket and clutches that note and says, no.
That's all right. Maybe in due time. I know you see yourself as a creator, the father of a new civilization to be. But you must understand that with creation comes destruction. You must understand this balance. Do you not, little inventor? to make a thing out of something, you must destroy it. You must take it apart piece by piece to make it something new. I just offer you different ways of doing that. You still see the face of Feanor, and it changes to the face of Vera. It's the face of Lucy, of Titus. Don't you think they need your help as well? Don't you want to make sure that they're safe?
Haven't I paid enough blood? From the moment you found me in that battlefield to now, haven't I paid enough?
Have you? You've decimated and killed on the battlefield. But how many more have your inventions killed throughout the years? Just because you are not physically there doesn't mean that what you've created hasn't taken lives. You think your thoughts and ideas are just your own. You think that what you have written down, the blueprints you have made, haven't been used against you, aren't being used currently to destroy the lives of many others.
I'm not
Think on it.
responsible for the knife that stabs. Now go away.
You are when you create that knife. And the world comes back to its brightly lit environment. And as you sit there for a moment, the sound's coming back into existence for you. As well, take a break.
I'm going to hand it back over to Satan because I want to see what happens next, especially with this guard.
Hi, everyone. It's me. Well, we'll jump back into it. So, Anthony, as you finish, you're able to settle in with Rasha and just accompany her and ask for a nice camping trip. You see that the little kid is happy jumping. He's happy to kind of get out of the house and extra excited that you have extra snacks for him. Eventually, Titus, do you go and join them?
I have my own mission.
Okay. Would you like to share with the class what your mission is?
Firstly, Titus has stopped by the tavern and picked out 2 alcohols, put them in a basket, and wrote a note for Kyra. Sorry. God, I can't read phonetically. She'll get it, and when she opens the note, it reads, "The brandy is called Eau de Vie, translated to water of life, light and fruity, served after dinner as a digestive, cold if possible. The wine is made from a locally grown grape called Sangiovese, or blood of Jupiter, slightly acidic, sanguine red, plays well with tomato-based sauces and especially herbaceous meals. This particular vintage pairs with grilled and smoked foods. Drink responsibly, Val."
He will read that over. Does he send it over with food like she requested to?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool beans. Yeah, she will put that upstairs in whatever the kitchen situation is and go back to running the shop.
Little kitchen there, you're able to put everything out there.
Like just behind the counter.
Yeah. The brandy and wine that you had sent over, specifically the brandy, had a very known stamp to it to you, Titus. A very lovely design logo with a TG. So you put together this lovely basket. You send it over to Kyra. What is your next step?
very quickly, he'll ask, by the by, the bakery across the way, the occupants, where did they go?
Who are you asking specifically? The barkeep?
Yeah,
Darla.
Darla, thank you.
I believe that they just kind of left to go into a bigger town. Fortunately, they weren't hurt, but they sold off what the area, I believe. I'm not sure to who, but for what they could get, and just use that as a jump start to move.
Okay, they sold it to someone. I wonder. All right. Well, thank you. I guess my compatriot will be back later tonight. She's paid for her room already. So I'll be seeing you around.
Of course. You got any plans for tonight, Red? Or I guess not Red anymore.
It's like black now. You could still call me Red. It's not. I don't mind. Plans for tonight? I think I'll be dining out.
Our food not good enough for you.
No, I'm in the mood for steak.
No. Well, good luck finding a good steak.
Good old-fashioned stakeout. Titus will turn and... Actually, he's gonna wait till it's nighttime.
Okay. As you take your time, I will say Kyra, Titus, not Annelisse, as she's focusing on sharpening her theory skills. But you do notice these 3 work caravans that come in through town, and they stop. It's about 5 or 6 o'clock. They stop at the old burned down bakery. You see them start unloading material, and you see a few workers, about a handful of workers, come out unloading material, tools, setting up a place to what seems to be start restoring this place.
Is there a logo on the work carts to signify who they are employed by?
Yes. Let me get that for you, actually. Where are my notes?
If there's one thing about capitalism, it's they sure do love their branding.
There isn't a logo on the carts, like the carts themselves, but you do see some of the boxes that they're unloading full of material. You do notice a few of them have some familiar stamps on them. One is for the Drusel company. When they start unloading boxes of timber and planks. And one is for the Vistay, who export metal, iron, silver, copper, anything they need to fix up a few things.
Kyra's gonna be nosy. Kyra's going to go upstairs to the kitchen area while it's slow and fix up like the equivalent of like a pitcher and like, I'm assuming we don't have disposable cups, but glasses of lemonade, and take them over to the workers. And whoever appears to be in charge to say, hello. Hi, I just wanted to come by and introduce myself.
You can see that there's a dwarf foreman who has this graying beard, full and long, a few decorated braids, and that while most dwarfs are known to have long, well-kept hair, this one has short hair. And they seem to be, excuse me, they are giving orders out to this group of workers that he has employed. You see a few gnomes, other dwarves, half orcs that are able to do the heavy lifting. But while he's yelling out these orders and you come by, you see he's kind of have a bit of a, while it goes, his face was serious giving out orders, it kind of goes into a pleasant smile. It's like, oh, hello, nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm running the shop next door. I wasn't aware that they were refurbishing the building.
Well, I guess they didn't explain it. We were just ordered to just tidy things up, make sure everything's up to code.
Oh, well, that's a relief. It's been quite the eyesore. Here, I brought Junior Workers lemonade. I thought I'd, introduce myself with a little treat.
Oh, that's kind of you.
And she'll set down the tray somewhere convenient and hand him a drink.
There's a crate that you could put things out, and you hear him do this really loud, 2 fingers in the mouth whistle, and everyone just looks in. It's like, everyone, this lovely lady just brought us some lemonades. Please say thank you, and you just hear a chorus of thanks. When you're done, feel free to come and get refreshed. I did not introduce myself. How are you? My name is Laros Cobblestone.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Cobblestone. My name's Kyra. Just Kyra.
It's lovely to meet you too. You said you run this shop?
Oh, for the time being, the owner of the business is out of town at the moment, so I'm just kind of helping out while they're gone. Is it going to be another bakery? I would really love a good croissant.
I don't think so. I haven't gotten any instructions to build a fully functioning kitchen.
Oh. Is it going to be a store?
From my understanding, I believe you'll have another store nearby. Yes.
Oh, that's a relief. How long do you think the project will take?
Probably something like this. It's done a lot of damage. We gotta clean it up, get all the debris out, make sure if the foundation is still sturdy and up to code, or if we have to replace that. Well, looking at it, we might still have to replace it. But I would say just giving it a look over, probably maybe about a month or 2. I got some pretty good stonesmiths that I'm gonna call down to help. And my my crew is good at what they do, so about a month and a half, I will say.
Oh, wonderful. Well, that's not too long, I suppose. Well, again, my name's Kyra. If you need anything, I'll be in the general stop for the next few days. Just when you're done today with the drinks, just drop them off whenever is convenient.
Thank you so much. Your kindness is very much appreciated, miss.
You're very welcome. I'll see you around.
See you around. All right, boys, back to work. And you hear clapping as they start unloading material, unpacking it, and start just putting it out to work with.
Okay. Can I spot Titus anywhere?
Where's Titus right now?
For the first couple of minutes, he's inside taking a drink, then steps outside to grab a smoke with his pipe, and he's just casually eyeing the construction workers. Maybe at the same time, Kira sees him, and then he just nods his head.
He's within range. She's going to use her final spell slot up to cast Thoughtful Gift again on a note. And she'll send a note to Titus informing him of what those folks are up to. And also that this is the last time she can send a note today.
He will pull his head down over his eyes to confirm.
That's it. I'm gonna go back to running a shop. Everything is very organized in the shop right now, disturbingly organized. She was so bored. Yeah, Lucy is so bored right now.
All right, Annelisse, how are you practicing your hopefully blossoming thievery skills.
She was just going to get them all and just start ramming them into things and see if it would. No, she wasn't. She wasn't. Do not break thieves' tools. She's literally just like sitting there in the room, and all she's doing is like laying all the tools out, and she's like trying to almost quiz herself. She's like, okay, so this one here is the first one that goes in, and then this one goes in. No, this one goes in because it's got the funny thing that looks like a 2, so it's like a second one that goes in. And then where was the weird thing that was like a third that looked like a third? I had a rhyme for that one. That one there we go. And she's like fiddling around with like which order these tools should be used in. And I want to also say she's maybe deconstructed the lock to her door in an attempt to figure out how it all goes together, just hoping it's going to be the same lock.
Make me a crafting check.
Okay. Crafting. Okay. Oh, that's a nat 20 for a 21.
Amazing. So you sit in front of your room door with your tools, and you think to yourself, what would help me understand this better if I just undid the lock and I could just look at it in my hand and look at the inner working mechanisms. So you take what you can with the tools and you undo the lock surprisingly quick. You have it in your hands and you open it up and see the inner working mechanisms. You put a few tools in to see what actually they're doing. And you're like, oh, I understand now. I get it. I understand why this needs to go in first and why this needs to go second. I understand that the keys need to be sifted up first, and then this one has to get which tooth is gonna lock in and stuff. And you're kind of going over that. So I would say you can add a +1 to any forward thievery checks in today's session.
+1 forward, huh?
+1 forward. And I'm gonna need you to make me another crafting check to put the lock back into the door.
Oh no. This is gonna be a tie in the door situation tonight, I think. Let's see, crafting. That's a dirty 20 with a 19.
Look at you!
Stop making me roll! You're gonna get ones out.
Natural ones for the rest of us.
Yeah!
We know who stole all the luck today.
Annelisse taking apart a lock and putting it back together again.
Yeah. As you finish understanding how locks work, you remember Darla, and she's great and all, but she can be a bit intimidating. You're like, I should probably fix her door before she notices that I took it apart. And with your understanding of the lock, it does not take you much time to put it back together and make it look like nothing was ever wrong with it. You feel pretty confident about tonight. And as you've been working on this, the day has turned to sundown. These beautiful orange and pinks melting into indigos and blues start falling across the sky. And before the night is over, Kira, make me a perception check, as well as Titus, if you're still out on the main thoroughfare.
I'm gonna roll with my dice. The forge hates me so much.
23, 17 on the
11.
die, +6.
Okay. With an 11, it's a bit dark for you, Titus, but Kyra, you would see a familiar figure with salt and pepper hair kind of walk up to the building that's being restored next to you. He seems to be talking to Lavos as well, and the rest of the crew. There is some laughing and joking, just having a good conversation, it seems. And he is there for a while. Not almost, sorry. The entire time you're waiting for this date to happen, he seems to be spending his time there right before that. You're not sure what he's doing. He seems to be going in and out of the place, lending a hand, making good with the workers. You've seen people do this before. You've done this before. You just did this before. You're aware of intentions, especially knowing who they're coming from. And Annelisse, as the sun is going down, make me a perception check as well.
Okay. Oh, perception's like over the side, isn't it?
Yeah, over at the side, near initiative.
Got it, sorry.
Jesus
28,
Christ.
Not 20, stop it! Stop making me roll dice!
Look, you can have all the good luck in Foundry. It doesn't like the rest of us anyways. We will stick to physical. It's fine.
I don't need it now. I need it when I break into the house with all the scary people that are going to kill me. That's when I need it.
Look, if you have to romance the whole house.
I will do it. I will take that hit.
Look, you're the bard. Let's go.
Let's go.
Charisma.
You, with a natural 20 for a 28, you do notice who is stopped by this building. You see workers seem to be are meant to be there fixing the house. And you take that as a sign that it may be your shot to go back to the hideout and enact your plan.
Yeah, she'll grab everything that she needs. She'll kind of like maybe take some of the more like jingly bits off of her outfit, try to like be a bit more stealthy, and she'll like get her thieves' tools she's borrowed from Lucy, and then she'll head out the room, only to go like running back in and search around and grab her perfume, and then run back out again, and then start heading off out to the house.
Okay.
For lots of more nat 20s.
Don't
Fingers
jinx
crossed.
yourself. As you do, make me a stealth check. Actually, survival check to see if you can get back to the spot where you met with Vi.
Annelisse spends the entire night lost in the woods. 14?
Okay. Are you trained or untrained in survival?
Trained.
Okay. With a 14, you see the old mark on the tree. And you start heading back to where you believe the house is. And after about 30 minutes, you realize that you're lost. And you're like, there's no owl in the tree here. Where's my owl? Where's my landmark?
Yeah, where's the owl? Like, that owl was where I was counting on getting there.
Yeah. And then
In
you spend
hindsight, I should have picked something that wasn't mobile, but still.
most likely, as you are lost, you spend another 30 minutes to get back to where you started. And you start looking around. So it does take you a while, but you do eventually see the house that this hideout is. You see there are a few guards outside. Let me switch. There are a few guards outside. We'll put them out here. Doing rounds, and you do notice a blonde-haired woman who's sitting up front.
Okay. So Annelisse said that she'd come back later that night and meet her back at the place. So she'll come to the woods. And is it just V that's outside the front of the building?
Make a perception check.
Okay. That's a 19.
A 19. With a 19, you do notice that there's another figure that seems to be doing rounds, and they're heading south towards the back of the house as they are doing around the house.
Okay.
But they are leaving you and her.
As they leave myself and her, I'll kind of look over to her and I'll take out like a little pocket mirror or something and try and like reflect the house lights off at her or something.
Okay.
I saw it in a film once, okay?
Hey, if it works, it works. You do that. Okay. It takes a little bit. You're like, am I doing this wrong? Am I doing this right?
Do I just throw the mirror at her at this point? Like, no one else is there.
As you're moving it, you realize, yeah, you don't realize, but you look at it and then you turn it back and then you hit her right in the eye. And she's like, oh, fuck. And it takes her a moment, but she looks towards you, blinking, clearing her eyes as she just got blinded. And she looks around real quick and makes her way to the tree line with you. She's like, hey, were you trying to blind me?
Well, like, not to blind you. Like, that would be pretty rubbish if you want to see. I was just trying to, like, let you... Actually, the opposite. I was trying to let you see that I was here. I didn't want to throw something at you just in case that, like, I hit you and hurt you, It's considerate, though.
Okay.
Anyway, some weather we've been having.
Yeah. You get to go.
Oh, in the house. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so here, take this. And she takes a necklace off of her. It has this little vial. She hands it to you. You have about an hour of invisibility with this. Be careful. You get hurt. Someone hurts you. Don't cast magic. It will wear off.
Okay.
I'm going to open the door as if I am talking to someone inside. Take that as your cue to sneak in. You go in the... There's going to be 2 doors when you go in to your left. One goes to the rooms, one goes to a resting area. The door on the left there, that's what leads to where your loot is.
Okay. Understood.
Okay. If you get caught, I am denying everything.
I'm not going to put you into any danger. Question for you. Do they know this belongs to you?
What are you holding up?
Oh, the necklace that she's handing
Oh.
to me.
No, I just picked that up recently.
Okay. We'll do that. And then I will see you later on.
And she'll nod and then head back. And she'll wait a few minutes for you to take the potion. And eventually you do see her open the door. And she kind of yells out a name and starts talking with this woman inside. Just a conversation like, do you know when the boss is going to be back? Just clearing stuff up.
Annelisse will use that as her opportunity to sneak past her. And as she sneaks past her, she will intentionally brush her fingers over the side of her arm as she walks past her. And she'll head inside. Very, very quietly.
Roll me a stealth check.
There we go. I managed to get my sheet to stick to where
Does
I wanted
invisibility give a advantage to the roll in Pathfinder?
Yeah, does invisibility give an advantage to the roll?
Let me double check. So I think, you go by, you're undetected right now, unless you move something. So once you get to the door, I'll have you do a stealth check, but you can walk in undetected completely.
Okay, now and I think I can figure out where I need to go. Okay, so she walks into the main door, past B, and then she will head round to the left, seeing the 2 doors that B had pointed out. And she'll remember that she was told to go to the leftmost door. So that's what she'll do. Although I can see that there's other people around, so she is going to be very, very careful and sneak around them and make her way over to that leftmost door.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check to open the door.
Stealth to open the door. So if I roll that, and then it's an 18, but it's a +1 on top of that as well for the opening.
It's to your thieveries.
To your thievery, got it. Okay, so it's an 18 for her stealth.
Okay. With that, the door itself is not locked, and you're able to open it slightly so you can shimmy through. And you do it at just the right moment where this one guard is distracted by talking to Vi, and the other one seems to just be reading a book, distracted, just eating some food. And you're able to pick the right moment to open it carefully and then close it behind you without making a noise.
She'll do that. She'll shimmy in, and yeah.
Okay. In front of you, like in your space right now, you see a dark room with 2 comfortable red love seats in front of a fireplace that warms up the place. You see stairs to your left that will go up to the 2nd story, but you also see a door near the fireplace.
She'll head over to the door near the fireplace. I believe that is the door where everything should be. So she'll head over to that door there. I can see there's nobody else in the room, so she'll head straight there and try to open that door.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a thievery check. Has a handle, but even if you try before, you are aware that it is locked. It does not open.
Okay. So I rolled a 15 plus 1 is a 16 for that one.
And you are trained in thievery?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Good to know. It takes you a minute. This lock is clearly much more complicated than the door at the tavern. It is well kept. It is new-ish, newer than the ones at the tavern. And so you are standing there with the lockpicks that Kyra said you could use. And you hear talking in the room next to you. But eventually, after about a minute of trying, you hear a successful click.
She will very slowly open this door, and she'll be quite vigilant as she's opening it, just in case there is anything that's going to catch her out. So she's going to really slowly open this door.
Okay. You can slowly open the door. There is no creak. This seems to be a well-maintained door. And do you close it behind you? So as you enter the room, you enter a windowless dark wood room that's dimly lit by orange candle glow. The space is filled with a variety of items ranging from armor and weapons to stack of scrolls and coins laid out on tables. In the middle of the room, there is a table that seems to be made to count their small satchels of money and scrolls and stacks of coins. You see around you trunks and crates, weapons, all very nice. I need you to roll me a perception check.
That is a 22.
You came here for one thing, and you are intent on getting that. As you look around, you see hanging up on the wall, the farthest wall to the south, is a very nice, very familiar lute. As you look at your lute, hanging on the wall, getting closer to reaching it as you're passing through the room, you also notice, under some crates, a hidden hatch on the floorboards.
Okay. Before I get to the hatch, You said the lute's on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see any other lutes or musical instruments lying around?
There are some displayed on the same wall, as they all seem to have their section. There is a small hand lyre that is made out of, at least plated with gold and intricately designed. There is a flute next to it made out of a beautiful ivory with a maker's mark right at the bottom. And there is another lute that this one is enameled to resemble this beautiful jade color. And it has painted on it a beautiful scenery of cherry blossoms and rivers. And it's accompanied by dark wood that is decorated with a gold inlay.
She's basically looking to see, because it's up like on the wall, she's looking to see if she can replace it with something else so that it's not so obvious it's gone missing straight away. But what she's going to do is she's going to reach up and she's going to take her lute and strap it to herself.
You take your lute and you're admiring it, and while it pales in comparison to some of the instruments here, you can tell it has been polished thoroughly. You're not sure if it's by them or maybe by Russia, who was trying to sell it. The keys on it to tune the lute have been polished to a nice shine. The strings replaced, and the wood has been buffed out to be nice and shiny. Been well taken care of. And as you reach for it, as soon as your hand touches it, it melds into you and becomes invisible.
She'll strap that onto herself. And how much time has passed?
From you getting in here, I would say it's been about 10 minutes.
Yeah, let's go check out the hatch.
Okay. And as you go check out the hatch,
Lucy would want me to check out the hatch.
as you go to check
Don't
out
put your
the
dumb
hatch,
ideas on me.
we'll move over to Kira. Kira. Now I'm getting confused. Eventually, as the sunset passes to night, Xavier seems to stop by the tavern for a moment, and you notice this as well, Titus, as you are still doing a bit of a stakeout, and eventually comes back, much nicer clothing, much more comfortable, and has a bag with them as they cross the thoroughfare to go into the shop.
Okay, she probably by now has the door locked, but will unlock it when she sees. Yeah, she'll unlock it when she sees him coming because she's still down there. She's changed into whatever the nicest dress is she has. I don't know. She's still wearing a dead person's clothes, but it's clean. And she will unlock the door and say, "Oh, you look nice."
Thank you. I dress to impress sometimes.
Come on then.
You have reorganized in here, I see.
I finished my book and I got a little bored. I couldn't find another thing to read, so I did a little cleaning.
I'm sure our darling shopkeeper will appreciate that.
No, I hope so. Maybe she'll give me a tip.
I'll make sure she does.
Oh, you brought something with you?
Yes, just some extra food should you wish to eat.
I would love to. I have food as well. And wine. And oh, and this. You liked brandy, right? And she'll hold up both of the bottles out of the basket.
I do very much love brandy.
Excellent. Well, I guess all we need to do is find some berries then.
Of course. Now, I don't want to ruin your berry picking, but I did bring some already.
Oh. Well, that just speeds it up.
I figured we wouldn't have to spend time out at night in the dirt trying to pick up berries.
You don't like to get dirty?
Oh, I didn't say that.
Come on, the kitchen's this way.
He'll go up with you, and he puts the basket down, and there is a nice big bowl of freshly picked berries that have been cleaned out. And he puts it down, and he just pulls out some snacks, that things you can pick on. Well, we'll say a charcuterie board.
Hell yeah, give me that cheese and crackers.
Yeah, listen, way to a woman's heart is always cheese.
Cheese, crackers, and fine meats. You got me, buddy. Lucy/Kyra goes and pulls out a recipe book, because I'm assuming there's one here, and flips over to the pie recipe. All right. I have the flour and the butter, and you have the berries, and I need to find a pen.
He'll help you search, and it does not take long to find some utensils. It's in a pan to bake this pie in. You can tell this pie seems to be a favorite here, as the page on the recipe book has been dog-eared.
Mm-hmm. Dog-eared, smudged.
Yeah.
There's probably some berry on it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's a little handprint of berry. Probably from when Taz was a little younger.
Mm-hmm. As they're searching and finding everything, she'll go, "Oh, did you see that some workers are in town? They're refurbishing the building down the street."
Oh yeah, I saw them before coming into here. I'm glad someone's finally doing something with that eyesore.
What happened to it? I thought it used to be a bakery.
I believe so, yeah. I think a kitchen accident.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Well, wonder what it'll be this time. Maybe it'll be another bakery.
Maybe. I'm sure this place can use some nice pastries.
Oh,
Fresh bread.
Fresh bread. What I wouldn't give for an eclair.
Well, maybe. If you stay here another day or two, I can make that happen.
Do you make eclairs too?
I don't, but I know where to get them. I can have them brought over.
I think you might be my new favorite person. Is there anything you can't do?
Between you and me, not really. I'm a man with many connections.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you a merchant too?
I do deal and trade here and there. Mostly connecting people to the right people. Someone needs a job done, I know just the right person. If someone's looking for work, I know just the right place.
She gives him a, almost comical appraising look and looks him up and down. I've heard a lot of bards say the same thing. And wrinkles her nose.
The thing between me and bards is I tend to follow through with my promises.
Well, that's good.
But I will leave it up to you to decide if you trust me as much as bards or not.
I think I trust most people more than bards, to be honest.
That is fair. I've met enough cocky bards in my lifetime.
And she just rolls her eyes. And how do you know that that Harry Marcos, or whatever his name was anyways, he's the bard, wasn't he?
Oh, the
he was
gentleman
awful.
You had the
gentlemen, don't be so nice.
I try not to be rude in front of a lady.
Well, he was rude first, so have at it.
Well, not all of us can be as charming as I. I tease and joke. Business connections.
Well, you need some better business connections.
Do you know any better ones?
What kind of business do you need?
I do a little bit of everything. I'm kind of the guy you go to find what you need, whatever it is.
Well, then I'll find you someone better than him whenever I get where I'm going.
I look forward to hearing from you. Now, do you know how to make a pie crust?
Let's see. It says here, and she will, with her finger, read off the first few steps.
He will help you with it, taking out the ingredients and putting them on the table. The flour, the butter, a bit of salt, and some of the ingredients, some milk, fresh milk. And He'll help you through it, kind of as you're reading off the instructions. He can start kind of making the dough. Is there any particular conversation that you're having at this moment?
She's going to keep using her feature. I have a feature that comes into play here. Lucy has a feature called Discreet Inquiry. So she's going to keep trying to gather information from him about just who he is, what he does, by just asking questions, acting as though she's trying to better know the area and like just get to know him as a person.
Is there a certain type of role that he or you need to do for this feature, or is it something that just kind of happens with the conversation?
Let's see. You are subtle in your efforts to learn things you need to know. When you gather information, you can hide the true subject of your inquiry among other topics of little interest to you without increasing the difficulty of the check or taking more time to gather information. So let's look at gather information. It is a...
So it's just added into your...
Yeah, so it's a diplomacy roll if I have to make a roll.
Yeah.
But she's essentially just trying to get a better read on this guy.
Okay. Do roll me a diplomacy roll.
Okay. Oh, hell yeah. That's a 20 plus a 6 for a 26.
Damn.
Thank you, Gen Con Dice. You're very, very nice to me.
As you're both making this pie, the dough, preparing the berries, preparing the oven, you talk to him and inquire about his life. He's not originally from here. He grew up east near Run, right between the border. While his plans in life did not go according to plan, he has made a name for himself as a contact that most people would want to have. He says he's mostly a freelancer for certain people. He reiterates that if someone needs something, I know who to get it from. If someone needs a job, I know what place is hiring. If someone needs intel, I know where to get it. He seems to be the mediator for a lot of things. And he does talk about having a higher up, but doesn't really go into it.
Do I get vibes that he works for the family?
There's not a vibe that he works for the family, but he may have dealings with them either presently or in the past.
Okay. So do you act as the middleman for people?
When people need it, yeah.
How well does that pay?
Depending on the client, pretty well. Depending how desperate they are, really well.
Well, if you know anyone who's desperate enough to pay very well for some entertainment and needs a dancer, I'm still looking for work.
I know a few places that will pay very well for some entertainment.
Really?
Depends on where you're going.
Well, I was supposed to be going north, but without the others, I might head back south. It's starting to get cold out and I don't like the snow. That's
fair. You're going south. If you head west, back in one of the main cities, Kira, similar to your name, there are a few higher class taverns and bars and restaurants that do have live entertainment. I know a few of the owners.
Any you'd recommend inquiring with?
There is... Well, what kind of dancing are we looking at?
I'm trained in all sorts. I prefer ballet, but I know people don't really want to pay for that. Unless they're at an opera house, in which case I can usually get good work.
Okay. Well, there's a few options. There's some of the more exposed dancing, and
Not
some
that.
of the more higher end. There is a restaurant in Kira called the Velvet Night. They're very high end. They do auditions. I know the owner. He is a half elf named Eris. That's Eris. It's a little picky, but if you have the right skills, they'll pay really well.
Well, my teacher was also very picky, so I don't know. It's worth a shot.
Tell him Xavier sent you.
All right, I will.
Still owes me a favor, so.
Well, don't cash it in on my account.
Well, I might as well cash it in for something, and what better than a lovely lady?
You know, you can be real charming sometimes.
I try.
I can tell.
Enough about me. What about you?
What
Why
about
were you
me?
heading north? Just looking for work?
That and the others, the red-headed one, said that they thought they knew a place that I may or may not have vaguely remembered, or maybe I just made it up as a child, but I don't know. I thought it was somewhere that maybe had a connection to my family.
No. I can appreciate people looking for blood relations and family. If you ever do feel comfortable enough sharing things with me, I can always keep an ear out.
Well, there's not much to go on. That's the problem. There's not much to tell. I don't remember much of my childhood. Let's see. And she'll close her eyes, like she's trying to call, like that when you try to call back a dream that you can't fully remember. I remember there was a woman, and she was very tall, or I was very small, and she's older, but she has very kind eyes, and she's calling to me from somewhere, but I can't hear her voice, and I don't know what she's saying, but she seems like she cares about me. And then other times there's a lake, and it looks like the fireflies are on fire. And it's covered with them, hundreds of them, and I don't know, everyone I've told they think I'm crazy. And maybe it's just the place that I made up to make myself feel better, but that's all I have to go on.
I don't think you're crazy. I think I know where you're talking about.
Really?
Up north, near a town I believe called Midmar, there is a lake called Dragonfly Lake, named after the dragonflies that do appear there often around sunset.
Are there any do you know if there are any regular camps there, or is it part of a trade route like this, or is there a close village nearby? And she gets very, very animated and excited.
Make a performance roll.
I would love to. With my half-truths. Let's see here. Okay, performance. That is a +6. You know what? We're going to go with Be Gay Do Crime dice.
Yeah.
So
Be Gay Do Crime.
that is a 13 plus a 6, 19.
There's a look to him, but he nods as you're talking. Yeah, it's if you follow the same trade route, it'll take you to Canifra. I wouldn't suggest going through the Howling Woods, but it is past that. There's a few towns around it. There's Midmar, Jodrin, Yara. But it is a place.
Lucy, she reaches into her bag and she writes down all these names as though she doesn't know them. Misspelling Midmar and probably Yara too. As you would if you're just sounding out a name. All right, well, maybe I am going north. Thank you.
If you need protection or company, I'm more than happy to provide that for you. I have some people.
Thank you. I'll let you know. Well, that's not the way I was expecting this conversation to go.
I tend to give that kind of vibe to a conversation every now and then.
But yes, I'm looking for my family, and maybe I'll find them, maybe I won't. But we'll see.
I wish you the best of luck, Kira. Kyra. God damn it. Damn it, RJ.
I like to think that he messes up the names.
Yeah, kind of.
Sorry, I'm not very good at making up things. As you can tell with the names that sound similar.
It's alright.
I panicked.
It's alright. Maybe one day you will grace me with your true name.
Well, look, Kira was the made-up name because when you asked me my name and I panicked because my friends never...
Right.
They said, don't ever tell anyone your actual name when you're on the
That
road.
went wrong.
Yeah. I always make up ones that start with K. I think it's because it's easier to remember, or maybe I'm just not smart enough to think of anything outside of that part of the alphabet.
Maybe make a list and pick from them every so often.
That is a good idea. I don't know. What do you think I look like?
Beautiful.
But thank you. I'm talking about names.
We can do Lana. Simple, easy to remember.
Okay. And she actually starts making a list with him.
Yeah, you can kind of make a list. And while that's happening, we'll switch over momentarily to Titus. Titus, what are you doing currently? Have you been spending your time sitting and watching this place, or have you moved around?
He's been moving around, like he's been doing errands around the crossroads, but keeping an eye on the construction as it's been going on. So like as he like later on, he's probably back in the bar with like a paper bag full of like things they needed, like travel supplies and like an extra water skin.
Yeah, they probably have you go up about a mile up to help bring down all the stuff from the what's it called? Little kiosks some of them had set up the road. You can help them with that.
He's like leaning against the bar, kind of like frazzled. There was a sale at one of the kiosks. There was a dwarven lady who knew how to throw hands.
Don't trust the dwarves, is all I'm saying.
No, I will never go to a bargain clearance ever again. All the little old ladies there, they play dirty. There was an elbow right to my groin.
Listen, those little old ladies, they will be the dirtiest ones that play. I'm just saying. They know where to strike. They haven't gotten to that age by playing fair.
Any news on my companions, or are they still out and about?
Oh, you're the only one that's come back in. As you've been walking back and forth, can you make me a perception check?
No. 16 and 8 is 24.
You keep your ears open as you're passing through the main thoroughfare. And you hear just talk between the workers that are starting to get everything set up to redo this house. You see the foreman that is reading a letter. And you hear him talk of, make sure we unload, make sure the materials coming in the next few days get unloaded and put away properly. Boss wants them to be put in as soon as possible. And you know how her temper gets sometimes. And it's a joke that they laugh at. You're not sure if she really has a bad temper or she's very nice and they're just joking about it.
Can I see where the foreman put the letter away?
Sure, it's in his pocket. I'll say with a 22, you can see that.
I'm gonna walk past him, like if he's standing in the middle of the road, and just like accidentally bump into him to sneak the letter out.
Make a thievery roll.
So 6, 19.
Okay. As you bump into it, it does take you by surprise as you bump into this very sturdy dwarf. They kind of take you by the arms, like, you okay there?
Oh,
son?
I am so sorry. I was not paying attention.
Oh, it's all right. No worries. You hurt?
No,
You okay? A little too drunk?
The old ball and chain has me doing chores after, I've had a little bit in me.
I understand the case. So, you be nice to them. They'll nice to you back. Get you a warm meal when you come home.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry again. You're new here, doing construction work on the bakery.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a bakery, but yeah, newish for now. I'll probably be in and out as soon as this is done.
Oh, well, welcome to the neighborhood for the time being. I think the most neighborly thing I can do, You know what? After hours, he'll point to the bar. Head on over there and tell them to put it on T's tab.
Mm-hmm. Your old bull and chain work there?
No, but I frequent it.
Ah.
To get away.
Me and my crew will be most thankful for that. I apologize in advance for running your pockets dry. We work hard and drink hard.
That's the spirit.
You have a good night, sir.
Titus will quickly run into the bar and drop off his 10 gold again. There will be some dwarves coming in here for drink. And they'll be putting it under the tab of tea.
You're stupid, stupid man. Covering the tab of dwarves.
Listen, I have a job to do, and...
You run in and you have that note in your hand.
He'll say, listen, I have a job to do, and I like to do it well. Reads the note.
Okay. It is a missive. It is not written necessarily by the boss, but the boss's assistant most likely. That talks about making sure that the special tiles that have been brought in for the floor and the rock that they've harvested for the walls has been taken properly and buffed out. And there's a few papers that kind of show off a design that they're looking for. And while it doesn't, the name that is signed off, it is Annelisse, so Annais. It doesn't sound familiar to you, but the stationery is familiar to you, as it is Laverne stationery.
I can smell the brimstone and treachery from here. He will fold the missive and tuck it away. I'm going to hunt a couple of more things to try and cover the damages that will be done to my money.
You do that.
Anything I should be on the lookout for?
Oh, if you find any hairs, I could make some good hair soup.
He'll take, the back of his...
Do not. You know what I mean.
I know what you mean. Release. Alright, well, if they do ask about this so-called tea, could you please tell them that if they ask, I've lived here for a while, just some hunter out in the woods.
I charge you for that, but you seem like to be really running your pockets dry. I'll do you this favor.
I appreciate you, and when things are settled, you will not be forgotten.
I sure hope not. Go on, go hunt. Bring me something to make dinner with for the next few nights.
He will wait for the dwarves to all file into the tavern, and then skulk about inside the bakery before heading off to hunt.
Yeah, okay. You wait for that, and we'll come back to that next time. But Anthony, as you've settled into this clearing with Rasha and Tabs, is there anything you're doing with them? Or are you just helping set up? Or you already helped set up, or bringing in food?
Because Tabs is there, Anthony will kind of take on a more teaching role with him, teaching him how to gather small bundles of sticks to keep the fire going, how to make like a Dutch fire, how to split the log and keep it going on and on. Some basic survival skills that would be useful later in life. And he teaches how to do simple knits.
Roll me just a straight d20.
14.
Okay. You know how to teach. She taught Jack all that he knows, and it kind of reminds you of those days with little 10-year-old Jack, questions babbling out of his mouth, 20 questions a minute, and you're trying to upkeep. And some of it is sticking with tabs, other not so much. As sometimes when you get to the more complicated things, you just see that kind of like hollowed look in their eyes, like they're not absorbing anything.
Yeah, I think once he realizes it, he skirts around and circles back to the things that were more interesting to Tabs, such as, I don't know, finding frogs at the creek and how to hold them properly and stuff like that.
He finds a frog, he brings it to Mom, and she's like, "Oh, that is definitely a frog. Wow, make sure you put them back. You don't want to take them from their home." He's like, "Yeah, the man said that we need to put them back because it is better for the echo and a system or something. I don't know."
The environment, Tabs.
That one. There are moments where you kind of fade in and out. Towards later nights where Tabs is sleepy, ready to go to bed, and you see Rasha putting him to bed in this two-person tent that she had brought with her. And you get that moment where the sound kind of muffles and the already dark night dims. And says, and you hear this voice again in your head. So, I wonder when your inventions will reach them. The things you've built with your own mind and hands. And for a moment, you see a flash of this reality, but different. Full of blood leaking from the tent. As it flashes away. I wonder how many families the blade that you made have massacred.
Kind of quietly stands up and kind of sets Soon on like patrol, kind of making him walk around camp. Mm-hmm. And he'll go far away enough so he could have his thoughts, and he'll say, "The ties that came to me through violence are the ties that will pave a paradise for a civilization yet to build, and you tempting me towards destruction is curious."
Tempting you towards destruction? I do not need to tempt you towards anything. Destruction is what you've already done. I hope this future civilization of gold and glory helps you think you washed the blood from your hand. Tell me, how many people have your inventions slaughtered that might have had a future to bring new civilizations, new inventions, new creations into this world? How many lives have been snuffed out too early that could have been so much more? Your creation does not undo your destruction, Silverhorn.
$200,032 people. I read all the files.
The ones that had files, at least.
Worst part of this is only on the part of Kalish. I didn't even read the files on the other side yet.
You need to stop running away from your past. It has made you who you are today. All I'm offering is a way to balance that destruction and creation. There is no one without the other. And you know how the old saying goes. To make an omelet, you need to crack a few eggs. I do not ask for a decision right now. I just ask that you ponder on it. I think people like you know that power really is what makes the world go around. I'm sure others that are under the boot of the government and have less money and say in things tell themselves otherwise. But power, true power, is what keeps us going. It is what makes the rules. It is what decides what the status quo is. And you may be lying to yourself and thinking that you are way beyond that. Think about your golden civilization. What comes with the creation of that but power? Just because you rename your follies does not make them any less what they are. You can take the man out of the court, but you can't take the court out of the man. You were there for a good reason.
She became what she became because of me.
You definitely had a hand in it.
Have you ever killed your own creation before?
And with that question, that's where we'll leave off for tonight.
Hey everyone, thank you for joining us for tonight's episode of Nexus Adventures. Don't forget to leave us a review on your podcast platform of choice. It really helps our show grow. Anthony was played by Jen. Annelisse was played by Robyn. Lucy was played by Sarah Roberts. Titus was played by RJ. Your GM tonight was Alyssa Vamp. Check out our show notes for cast info and links to the Hype Goblins affiliate sponsors. Codes provided will help further support the show as we purchase new Pathfinder content for the GM and cast. If you'd like to join us for our Patreon-only after show, visit patreon.com/thehypegoblin. This show and others like it are made possible by the generous support of our patrons.